Can I just say though, I said that I think that Pokemon Day they're going to announce Black and White remakes.
Yeah.
I never said that I think Black and White remakes will come out this year.
Yeah. So
yeah, but the problem
and this is how they would do it.
When you say that though, the problem is Gen 10's the next year, so they're gonna only and it's the freaking 30th anniversary. They're gonna.
I think it'll be like Legends Arceus.
Yes,
it'll release,
but in
like,
reverse.
right at Pokemon Day.
Yeah,
because the thing is, like, they're going to want the 30th anniversary to be. Remember how it was with Sun and Moon?
Yeah.
You were constantly being fed something Pokemon. You had Pokemon Go in the summer. You had the ports released like throughout the spring of the Virtual Console, the Gym 1 and 2 games. And I think that they're going to want to, like, maybe they announce a Black and White game and it comes out early next year, so that yes, the marketing cycle is all about Gen 10 next year, but you have a Pokemon game to play. Just like with the Virtual Console games, even though we were all looking at Sun and Moon, we had something to play.
No, what you're saying makes total sense. The timeline that we're kind of playing with right now is Switch 2 comes out this year, and then November time period, holiday season in this year, 2025, we get Legends ZA. 2-3 months later into 2026, which is Pokemon's 30th year anniversary. The rumor is they've been cooking a Black and White remake by Ilka. The rumor is that it's been delayed. Where are they going to put it?
For the record, the rumor's never been that's by Ilka specifically.
Sure, yeah, I kind of threw that.
Also, the rumor is not that it's...
But let me finish the thought. ZA comes out in the holiday. 2 months later, they just slip in the game that they've already produced, and there's no way you're going to get it after. You can't. The problem is that we're changing eras. We're changing console generations. If they've got something that they're cooking on the back end that we haven't seen, they need to get those out as soon as possible. And I'm thinking, if that's the case, and they have a game on ice, they've already shown us Legends ZA. They pop out Legends ZA, and that's now positioned as the premium game around the holidays, right?
Yeah.
And then they give us a little bonus game in 2026.
Dang. I thought that I was going to convince Lumi, but Lumi convinced me.
Yeah.
I was not ready. No, because what you just said, Dusty, you convinced me too. It's like...
They did that already.
True. It's actually true, though, that if there is a Black and White remake, like we've been just talking about, we heard today about Koo saying things.
Yeah.
Like, if there's truly one, if it doesn't come out this year or early 2025 before Gen 10, it won't come out like in the Gen 10 cycle, because Gen 10 will be 2026.
It's coming,
and then
and it's all the future after that.
2027 will be Gen 10 DLC. Like it's not going to be Black and White remake like 2027. It still would have to be like very late 2027 or 2028, and that's like this game's been since 2023. Like,
no,
and who knows?
They gotta
even
send it
thinking
out.
Anymore.
They gotta send it out. They're gonna send it out, and I'm sure Nintendo's like, yeah, we want more Pokemon games on this new. I mean, I guess the Black and White remakes could still be for Switch, and they would just backwards.
They would
compatible.
literally sell. They would literally sell both Legends ZA and Black and White remakes just as much as any other game. Like, people would buy. I'm buying both. I'm buying both.
Right? Yeah, it's
like,
Pokemon. I'm buying.
Yeah,
it's mainline Pokemon. I'm getting it.
Yeah. It's pretty no-brainer, to be honest.
I think too that you have, for one, I mean, dude, Pokemon they always refer to like the big three of Nintendo being Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom released last year, so I personally kind of doubt, because I think the Nintendo Switch 2 will release
in 2023,
late this year, max early next year, but I think it will be late this year.
Yeah.
But I say that to say, I think the announcement will be in February. There's typically a Nintendo Direct in February. I think they'll announce it there.
I'm sorry, I'm getting confused.
For the Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, you're saying February. Okay,
I think February will get announced.
It
releases fall this year.
Okay.
But I think that I don't think there's going to be a Zelda game.
Oh, I think it's going to come out in the summer.
Launch.
Okay.
Like, I think a big thing they marketed, it could be the summer. I meant like max it'll be.
Okay.
It won't be like a main Zelda game, if that's what you mean, because they do put out Zelda games that are like smaller or whatever.
Yeah, it'll be something smaller, like, but honestly, and maybe it won't even be that, because like they did just do Echoes of Wisdom.
I think it could be. There's a lot of DX remasters. Some
you could
ports
do, though.
that
You know,
could
they
do.
could do it. They could do it like, and I don't want to focus on Zelda too much because, obviously Pokemon thoughts are what y'all are here for. But they could do kind of like how with the Switch One, they marketed like a port of Breath of the Wild on the Switch One. Maybe they market like a port of Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch 2.
Ocarina of Time.
Or like an update for it or something.
Bro, Ocarina of Time.
Maybe something like that, yeah.
I love that.
But
they poured
I
it
think
in like the
that-
style of the current engine of
That would make people go nuts.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Absolutely nuts.
I think that Nintendo
That'd be
will
insane.
mostly be wanting Pokemon. Like, I think they'll be kind of pushing them, and that's why we're hearing about Black and White for the Switch 2, is Nintendo telling them, hey, we would like a Pokemon game to kind of push the Switch 2. But also, I think more than that, I think, too, if you look at Pokemon Sword and Shield is the number 2 best-selling Pokemon game of all time.
Next to Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Or has it?
I think it
Scarlet
is.
and Violet hasn't passed it, right?
I don't think
but
so.
they will.
They will, yeah. But I say that to say, I wonder if they attribute part of Sword and Shield's success being the fact that they released Let's Go. And what I mean is, like, if I'm because we're big Pokemon fans, and we're adults, we're Pokemon adults, right? And I think we think that we're the majority, but truthfully, the majority that Game Freak needs to market to are like families, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm a parent and I have a kid, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. I'm just a regular old guy who my kid kind of likes Pikachu, And I see a Pokemon game come out. Maybe I'm tempted to buy my kid it. He really likes Pikachu. But then I see, it's for a new console.
Yeah.
Swinging $60 is one thing, but
No, that's a really
$300 for the console and then $60 for that. That's something. But with Sword and Shield, they had already released Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Yep.
So they had already kind of pushed, hey, get a Switch for Pokemon.
There was an install base that had been building for over 2 years. You're absolutely right.
But I think, because look, Sword and Shield, like I said, second best Pokemon game of all time. And that's factoring in the fact that Red and Blue has had multiple releases.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that to say, I think that I think that the Pokemon Company will want to do what they did, where they release Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and then later they release Sword and Shield, and perhaps the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee boost the sales of Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Do that again, and that's why they released Black and White for the Switch 2, to go ahead and get people, Pokemon families, Pokemon adults like us, to go ahead and start buying the Switch 2, so then now a lot of people have got it for Gen 10.
Yeah, no, I think that makes total sense. If use these other games as almost fodder, maybe that's not the most charitable way to describe it, but use these other games to pull people into the Nintendo, this new Nintendo Switch family, right? This install base.